and bright blue eyes, just like Mum's. Her hair hangs to the middle of her back, covering her bra strap. The fact that she wears a bra and that her locks reach it are 2 more ticks in the Imogen column. She looks as if she belongs in California with sun, surfers and palm trees, rather than in this leafy part of North London. Imogen is the beauty of the family, and I, while not quite the beast, am definitely the plain Jane. I have dull brown hair cut neatly into a blunt chin-length bob, which the paint chart pronounces an exact match for colour number 40, Mouse's back. My eyes are the same rodent colour as my hair. I can run faster than my sister, though, and I'm going to be taller. I'm catching up already. I press my burning cheek against the cool window and study the street below. But there's nothing to see. Only the cars parked outside their houses tell of the existence of my neighbours. Instead, I look down at the itchy navy blue pleated skirt I'm wearing, purchased on a miserable shopping trip the day before. I wanted a black top to wear with the skirt, but Gran said no. Black is not a colour for children, Kitty. Anyway, navy and black would make you look like a bruise. I feel like a bruise, I replied, which made Gran's face soften slowly, eventually crumpling in on itself like a paper bag. She turned away and I quickly shoved the black sweater back on the shelf and picked up the navy one. I trailed after Gran through the store until we arrived at the cash register, where she paid in silence. Kitty, love, the car's going to be here soon, Dad calls up the stairs. Are you ready to go? Of course I'm not ready. How could I ever be ready for this? I touched the silver heart on the charm bracelet Mum gave to me a few weeks ago. The solitary charm looks almost as lonely as I feel. Imogen had been given the same bracelet and charm. We aren't sure where or when Mum had bought them. I suppose she must have ordered them online. We don't know if she gave anything to Dad, and we won't ever ask him. There's so much we don't know. Mum also left a pile of letters in thick cream envelopes for Imogen and me to read on our next 3 birthdays. The envelopes are decorated with drawings of flowers, love hearts and sunshines, with our name and age written in the middle in Mum's curly handwriting. 3 letters just aren't enough. I'll only be 13 when I get the last one. Why did Mum think it was okay to stop the letters then? What about when I'm 18? Or 25? 37? 52? Or even 70? Some people still get letters from their mums at that age. When Dad showed us the 6 envelopes, I asked him why there were only 3 each. He put his head in his hands and spoke so quietly that I could barely make out the words. She had to stop writing, love. There was no more time. Maybe he hadn't spoken at all, but just sighed out one single, sad breath. He didn't notice when I crept out of the kitchen and upstairs to my room. Lying awake in bed that night, I realised that Imogen had 3 extra years with Mum. This thought ticked back and forth in my brain like a metronome and gave me a headache. It took me ages to get to sleep. Through the window, I see a large, glossy black car turning onto the street. It looks as if it might not fit, and it crosses my mind how awkward it would be if it scraped one of the neighbours' cars, setting off their alarm in a shrill wailing. It's a very posh car, much fancier than our old Volvo, which is parked forlornly outside. Mum had planned to get an environmentally friendlier car called a Prius. But that doesn't matter anymore. Nobody's going to care now about the carbon emissions of our old Volvo. This black shiny monster gliding toward my house is definitely not good for the environment, and Mum would hate it. I hope she isn't in a car like this one. She's probably already at the church, waiting silently for us to arrive. St. Stephen's Church is where Mum and Dad got married, and where Imogen and I were christened. Imogen was a pink frilly flower girl at their wedding. She apparently took ages to walk down the aisle because she was trying to do pointy ballet toes while she scattered clouds of rose petals. Mum was 5 months pregnant with me on their wedding day, so I actually walked down the aisle with her, tucked neatly under her billowing ivory dress. I've always wanted to